That's why a lot of these celebrities that start these things, they can't keep up. You know, like the Meghan Markles.
Just can't leave us alone, can you? Oh my God, he's so obsessed with us.
But you're the same.
You're the same.
Like, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, guys, you don't got to do this. Please, I'm begging you to stop.
Let's have a bit of a laugh at Harry and Meghan's expense because I've finally caught up with this South Park episode.
It's quite vicious in a way, but quite funny as well.
What matters is what we have on the inside.
Time to do our daily $250,000 sponsored Instagram post.
I shouldn't have left the made-up nonsense.
South Park, it's come to life. That's what we're witnessing in this hospital room right here.
You can't sue a cartoon. It's satire. It is what it is.
South Park has done a parody.
My name is Megan Sussex now. Call me Meghan Markle one more time, Mindy. Fuck Kaylin.
It has really upset Meghan Markle.
Like the gross disrespect to the intimacy and privacy of marriage and child.
The internet didn't just react, it detonated. The moment South Park unleashed what viewers called one of its most savage Meghan parodies yet, the conversation became digital warfare, with clips flying and people arguing over whether the show had crossed a line. And buried inside that frenzy was an even more explosive claim. Some online reports alleged that Meghan's team wanted the episode stopped before the public ever saw it. Was that really happening behind closed doors, or was the rumor itself becoming part of the spectacle? Either way, once the episode landed, there was no putting the genie back in the bottle. Suddenly, everyone had an opinion, and this was no longer a cartoon joke that would disappear overnight. Viewers began treating the parody like a direct strike at the carefully constructed Hollywood image surrounding Meghan and Harry, while TikTok, filled with recreations, and X turned into a battlefield of accusations, defenses, mockery, and disbelief.
Married for money, it's very clear she bagged the elephant. She was thrilled she became a, quote, princess.
I knew her a bit before she met Harry. She was nothing like that. She didn't speak like that. Her mannerisms weren't like that. This is all fake.
You just can't keep faking it. It's too hard.
There isn't a tear in sight. It's an actor's trick.
Now make yourself cry.
Oh, I do that so well. Oh my God, it's crazy.
Harry and Meghan have got the South Park treatment. The episode has just gone to air in the United States.
These two are not sincere people. They say that they want their privacy. These two are not sincere people. They say that they want their privacy while going on every television show, writing books, doing 6 hours of Netflix. They're not very likable, and people are tired of them.
Any type of flower arranging is just telling a story. What story do you want to tell? Maybe leave the country. Maybe disown your dad. Be creative.
Then the story got even bigger. Memes spread at ridiculous speed. YouTube creators dissected every frame, and instead of dying down, the backlash seemed to feed the episode more attention. That is where the whole thing became uncomfortable, because the parody was being discussed not merely as comedy, but as a cultural attack on Meghan and Harry's public image. The episode, called Respect Our Pregnancy, appeared to take the polished royal fairy tale and deliberately smash it into pieces, and the detail that made the mockery sting was the suggestion that its inspiration began with the video Meghan had posted herself. Suddenly, the joke was not floating in a vacuum. It was being connected to something viewers already remembered, something that had already been debated, clipped, mocked, defended, and replayed online. And once that connection was made, the episode stopped looking random and started looking calculated.
The episode was quite scathing, and the grains of truth that it held. You know, I'm not sure how the Sussexes are taking it. Obviously, it is a cartoon, but there's so many moments of truth in that episode that makes it so funny.
And then they put out pictures of Lilibet, but it does. You see her half covered.
Right.
But all you see is Meghan. So it's all about Meghan again.
Meghan Markle, they've just learned the hardest of lessons, which is, if you start a brawl, do not be surprised if you end up getting punched twice as hard. In fact, South Park has just knocked them out.
Isn't it true, sir, that your questionable wife has her own TV show and hangs out with celebrities and does fashion magazines? What are you suggesting? Well, I just think some people might say that your Instagram-loving wife actually doesn't want her privacy. How dare you, sir? My Instagram-loving wife has always wanted her privacy.
When was the last time you twerked, Alex? I don't think I've ever twerked in my life. You must have.
That's fine, I'll go it alone. Just like Meghan Markle and Prince Harry.
They say they hate journalists. Harry hates journalists. But to pay PR who say what you want and who, shape social perception in your favor while also disparaging and lying about others, thereby reaching their privacy. I think the whole, worldwide privacy tour is hysterical.
Couple have been begging for privacy, and South Park has done a parody of this, and apparently it has really upset Meghan Markle.
Your millions from Netflix for no one knows what.
Put it with the rest.
Meghan's animated version arrives pregnant, glowing, dramatic, and charging through a fake hospital documentary as though every second needs a spotlight. Then the baby bump begins falling apart on camera. Absurd? Completely. But that outrageous image immediately sent viewers back to the real hospital video in which Meghan danced while pregnant as Harry stood nearby moving awkwardly in the background. That video had already triggered memes and reaction clips, and many viewers believed Parker and Stone saw exactly the kind of public moment the show loves to exaggerate. One personal clip had already become internet material. Now animation was turning it into something even louder, crueler, and harder to escape.
It is uncomfortable. I don't think, because she's done this before for photos, I don't think that is a real baby bump. I think
way too big. It's way too big.
And sort of too low as well.
Yeah, it's like a metre out there. I mean, it looks the wrong shape.
Where's she going to give birth there? Through her knees or something? I mean, that is too low.
Everyone says they don't have time to make homemade meals, but if you just have 3 nannies, 2 butlers, a housekeeper, a driver, and a full-time personal assistant, you have all the time in the world. Stop making excuses and start moving snacks from one bag to another.
It is elevating the ordinary little things. And who got the Kroger peanut butter? It's not even organic.
And this is where the parody shifts from awkward to merciless. The episode jokes about having 3 nannies, 2 butlers, a housekeeper, a driver, and a full-time personal assistant. Then mocks the idea of elevating the ordinary little things before exploding over Kroger peanut butter not being organic. The joke is ridiculous, but the implication is obvious, privilege packaged as relatability. Then the rumors become darker. The episode was not officially banned or pulled, and Meghan quickly became the center of speculation. Yet online discussion claimed Meghan's camp reacted as though a full-scale crisis had erupted, with PR advisors allegedly entering damage control mode, legal advisors reportedly contacted, and pressure supposedly building behind closed doors. None of those claims were fully established in the transcript, but the rumors themselves became gasoline. Meghan was now trapped inside a story, moving faster than any response, while South Park has built its reputation on refusing to make powerful people comfortable, and now Meghan and Harry were standing directly in its sights. The question was no longer whether people would laugh. The question was how much of the public image could survive once the joke became bigger than the people being mocked. And that is the dangerous part of this sequence. Once satire attaches itself to controversy, every clip becomes evidence for somebody's argument, every silence starts looking suspicious, and every denial risks generating headlines. What began as a hospital moment was now being reframed as the opening chapter of humiliation, with the internet watching to see whether the fallout would stop there or spiral further. Again, this time, Meghan and Harry were no longer hovering around the edges of the joke, they were planted right in the center of it. And that is where the humiliation became much harder to dismiss. The show took years of carefully managed public presentation and ripped through it with almost surgical cruelty, forcing viewers to ask how everything had snowballed this far. The trail led straight back to the moment Meghan pressed record on that hospital video, apparently believing she was sharing something playful and personal, only for millions of strangers to reinterpret every detail. Meghan appeared fully glammed up inside what was supposed to be a hospital room, wearing a gown, showing a noticeable baby bump, standing beneath lighting that some viewers thought looked suspiciously polished, and then suddenly twerking while Prince Harry awkwardly moved beside her. The clip may have been intended as relatable fun, yet social media turned it into something else entirely. TikTok creators mocked it, Instagram pages recycled it, online commentators called it awkward and bizarre, and suddenly one self-posted video was living permanently inside internet cringe culture. There were no hidden cameras and no paparazzi ambush. Meghan uploaded it herself. That detail became devastating ammunition because the very material later mocked by millions had entered the public conversation voluntarily. Even supporters appeared quieter as the argument grew, while unconfirmed industry speculation suggested some business conversations may have become more cautious. Then South Park arrived and took that already combustible material to another level. Cartoon Meghan walks into South Park Elementary trying to sell the pregnancy documentary, but everything immediately resembles a giant publicity machine rather than an intimate story. Stan seems to recognize the disaster approaching, Kyle searches for meaning, and Cartman sees only spectacle and money. Cartman hijacks Meghan's documentary, throws on a Darth Vader helmet, drags in a coffee machine, declares himself director, and turns the entire production into exploding hallways, ridiculous entrances, dramatic speeches, and publicity chaos. Beneath all the absurdity sat the accusation viewers believe they recognize the gap between public image and public perception. Then comes the scene everybody talked about. Cartoon Meghan enters the delivery room surrounded by cameras and lights, begins twerking, and suddenly the oversized pillow serving as the baby bump drops onto the floor. The internet erupted instantly. Some laughed at the exaggeration, others argued the joke crossed a line. Then cartoon Prince Harry charges in shouting, "Respect our pregnancy," only for Cartman to immediately decide the line belongs in the trailer, while Kyle begs for the madness to stop. But South Park was not finished. The episode then focused on the contradiction critics had discussed for years, asking for privacy while appearing in interviews, documentaries, podcasts, and other major media projects. The cartoon versions, repeatedly demanding privacy while standing before cameras, turned that argument into the punchline itself. By the time Meghan's team reportedly understood how enormous the reaction had become, clips were everywhere, and controlling the narrative looked nearly impossible. Reports claimed advisors and legal representatives were watching the fallout, though many behind-the-scenes details remained unverified. Then Trey Parker and Matt Stone entered the wider conversation because their reputation for refusing to retreat only made speculation about pressure seem even more dramatic. Industry rumors followed, with commentators questioning whether the viral hospital video and parody were damaging Meghan's Hollywood momentum. TikTok recreations multiplied, X filled with comparisons, Reddit debates exploded, and YouTube reactions spread everywhere. Finally, cartoon Meghan uploads the disastrous documentary to YouTube expecting triumph, only to discover 12 views, while Harry's animated character storms back into the delivery room demanding, "Respect our pregnancy." Kyle asks whether Harry is the one pregnant now. Harry freezes, fireworks crackle, fade to black, and suddenly the biggest mystery is no longer whether South Park mocked Meghan and Harry brutally. It is whether the parody merely reflected a public conversation that was already waiting to explode, and whether that conversation is anywhere close to finished.